This administration today, here and now, declares unconditional war on poverty in America.
Part of the war on poverty was to assist people in urban and rural areas with a variety of poverty issues. And so the Office of Economic Opportunity was created out of the Economic Opportunity Act. What this did was allow federal government funds to go to local communities in order to work on low-income housing, economic development, for us, water and wastewater systems, just pretty much anything that was required to raise people out of poverty.
It's been a great 50 years of a lot of wonderful successes. We can never begin to tell the impact that our work has.
The original vision was wastewater and water, and we've had a chance, especially in rural communities, to get those funds, to convince the congressmen and the senators that, hey, these funds are going to be spent on the right kind of things for your constituents.
We are the voice for small and rural communities.
We have been building everything we have for the last 50 years, and I'm excited to see where we go for the next 50.
Here we are in 2023, and we are this strong, vibrant, innovative network of 6 regions and a national office addressing water and wastewater and beyond.
The groundwork for the creation of the Rural Community Assistance Partnership was prepared in the 1960s. As the U.S. economy grew to new post-World War II heights, many Americans in rural, urban, and indigenous communities found themselves left behind. In the wake of Lyndon Johnson's declared war on poverty, Congress created the Office of Economic Opportunity, headed by American diplomat, politician, and activist Sargent Shriver. As a result, new nonprofit organizations emerged across the United States, focusing on rural, urban, and indigenous development.
LBJ knew, because he had actually worked in rural areas before, that it was the rural areas where some of the most significant poverty was, where there was not electrification, which is something he worked on, and in our case, there was at that time, and still to this day, communities that don't have water and wastewater service.
RCAP actually started in the early 70s, not as RCAP, but several different regions, including the Virginia Water Project, were working on providing water and wastewater to rural, economically disadvantaged communities. In the early 70s, these regions started learning about each other's work and the similarities between the work they were doing.
Cabell Brand was a gentleman from the Roanoke Valley in Virginia that started probably the initial organization that worked with rural communities on water and wastewater issues. And Cabell Brand saw in his part of Virginia that communities needed water and wastewater services. It's hard to elevate people out of poverty if you don't have a community that's supplying water and wastewater service. So Cabell Brand was sort of the founder of that, created what became known as the Virginia Water Project, which was a recipient of funding through the Office of Economic Opportunity. He's in many ways sort of the founder of the whole movement, and was instrumental in sort of forming a community action agency that became the Virginia Water Project and started the whole national program.
In 1966, there were 278,000 families in Virginia with no indoor plumbing and no running water on their property. So we started a demonstration water project and got a grant from the Ford Foundation to test this idea. What we found out was when you brought water to people, economic development started. People started putting roads in and infrastructure, and people started building houses. So this caught on with the state legislature, and our demonstration water project eventually became the Virginia Water Project, and the Virginia Water Project then became the National Water Project.
By the 1970s, RCAP predecessor organizations recognized the need to work together. The Southeast Rural Community Assistance Project, or SRCAP, began as a pilot project bringing safe drinking water to Virginia's Roanoke Valley. Cabell Brand's Total Action Against Poverty, or TAP, fostered the program, which then led to the Demonstration Water Project, a spin-off from TAP. In 1975, the federal government authorized the Demonstration Water Project to go statewide, forming the Virginia Water Project. By 1979, the name was changed to the Southeast Rural Community Assistance Project, or RCAP, which is now part of the Rural Community Assistance Partnership.
The TAPs, which work for all of the RCAP network, are called Technical Assistance Providers, and TAP, Total Action Against Poverty, is the organization that is still in business and helping low-income communities. So with that, our TAPs and TAP itself, which Cabell started, they're both instrumental in helping people who need a voice, people who need advocating, people who need someone to hold their hand. And that is what our TAPs do here at RCAP. We work with communities for long term, over 30, 40 years, to get them to where they need to be.
In Ohio, the WSOS Community Action Commission, based in Fremont, served a 4-county area in the northwest part of the state. In 2018, WSOS rebranded and changed their name to the Great Lakes Community Action Partnership, serving the entire Great Lakes region with an array of projects including water and wastewater, child development, family services, senior programs, community and economic development, housing, and energy. The Midwest Demonstration Water Project was incorporated as the Midwest Assistance Program, or MAP, in 1979. They hired Keith Brasulius as the executive director. MAP opened its doors as a multi-state service agency with 4 staff and eventually joined the RCAP family in 1989. Founded in 1969, RCAP Solutions originally organized as the Rural Housing Initiative's RHI in Winchendon, Massachusetts. In 1979, they joined the RCAP family. RCAP Solutions provides services in Vermont, Maine, New Hampshire, as well as the U.S. Caribbean territories. Communities Unlimited, based in Fayetteville, Arkansas, was first organized as Community Resources Group, CRG, which was formed by 3 different community action agencies to work in 10 local counties in northwest Arkansas as another regional water demonstration project. Once CRG joined as a member of the RCAP network, it crossed state lines to become a regional organization.
John Squires was the CEO with Community Resource Group, and he actually launched a lot of the vision behind RCAP through the National Water Demonstration Project. He had a counterpart, Judge Neal, who was working in the Delta on exactly the same issues, and that really began to elevate the conversation in this country about the need for water and wastewater in rural places.
In 2014, CRG merged with Alternate Consulting to become Communities Unlimited. The Rural Community Assistance Corporation, RCAC, based in West Sacramento, California, was a spin-off from Self-Help Enterprises, another original national water demonstration project.
This is like 1972, 1973. Funding was tight. At that point, it was a really tough time. In 74, all of a sudden things started to change. The government came out with a huge stimulus program. So we're being very successful at Self-Help Enterprises with this rural development program, really pushing to the limits. And then you had Farmers Home Administration coming in saying they wanted to create this concept of a regional group to do technical assistance. So March of 78, we sort of started talking about this concept of maybe spinning off this separate entity to go and do this community development stuff broader scale. The board approved the creation of RCAC.
The formal transition from the National Water Demonstration Project to RCAP culminated in February 1989 with a resolution to change the corporate name to the Rural Community Assistance Program Incorporated. The core of this restructured organization are the 6 regional RCAPs. And then, in 2004, the name of the organization was changed to the Rural Community Assistance Partnership.
I really am looking forward to at least another 50 years of more of it, and possibly expanding and growing the ability to do more in our rural communities to really create long-term sustainability.
The beauty of the National RCAP program is that we have boots on the ground everywhere. We're there to say you're not forgotten, and we're here to help.
Happy anniversary, and here's to 50 more.
Happy anniversary. I am proud of every single young person that has joined this network. You're in the right place.
You are positively impacting the lives of so many people, and it's just, there's no work, I think, that is more rewarding than what you can do at RCAP.
Congratulations on 50 years of tremendous work as part of the RCAP family. RCAP's a special place, mostly because of the mission, and most importantly because of the people.
Happy anniversary to the RCAP family. Happy 50th anniversary, and looking for 50 more.
Happy 50th anniversary, RCAP. I hope that you've learned something over this 50 years. Hey, 50, you're just a young'un. You got a long way to go.
What has always touched me about RCAP and the regions is these employees are so dedicated from here, from their heart, and it just has to touch you when you see them doing it because they believe in it. They want to help.